Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, as you guys can see behind me, I got some new Besta shelves. These are the Ikea Besta shelves. Personally, these are my favorite to display statues. In the case where we have statues that are a little bit too large, then I do use my drawer, which are just on the other side of this room. But yeah, I bought more of these, so I wanted to do a little bit of reorganization. I'm going to show you guys how I built them and what I do to do the lighting on all of these right here. This is the first one that I built, and I did do a few mistakes here, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I did wrong here and what I'm going to do to fix it over here on this one. So let's just go ahead and get into it. All right, so let's first talk about this shelf right here. So I built it. This is going to be like a Demon Slayer display right now. I have Zenitsu on the top, I have Giyu in the middle, and then I have a little Mitsuri shrine going on down here. And if you could tell, I have lights going on the bottom and in the middle, but on the top I decided not to include any lights just because this Zenitsu statue is so damn bright that I just didn't think it needed lights. But I think I probably should have added them just because down here where you guys see these lights right here, the wires do stick out. You can kind of see them. I feel like they'd be a little bit more hidden had I run the wires through the top here. I do plan to put something down right there. I still don't know if I'm going to put like a black sheet over it or something, but I am going to be hiding those in the future. I just don't have anything to use right now, but yeah, that's what I used here. If I open the second shelf, so let me show you how I'm doing the wire routing right here. So all I did here is I put up a LED strip. These are the ones that I use for my Ikea drawers. In this case, I am using some double-sided tape to glue the LED strips to the top of the Ikea drawer. So that's what I have going on there. Then I just run the wires through the side. Honestly, because this is so thick right here, you don't even see this wire, but if you wanted, I could tape this down here as well. And then it just kind of goes here to the back, which on the back side of each of these Bestas, I did drill a hole, and I have an extension cord coming through the back of each one of these Bestas, if you guys wanted to know what I did there. So, yep, one of these plugs is for the lights, and then the other one is for the actual lights going on the statue. We head down to the bottom shelf, same thing, we just have the little wire coming down here. This wire doesn't need to run too long since it's just going down here to the second shelf. And yeah, pretty much the same thing. Cool thing that I did here though is I actually angled it. So with Giyu up there, it's actually sitting flat. I grabbed this one to kind of show you guys. But yeah, this guy's just sitting flat on Giyu. Whereas here with Mitsuri, I noticed that not much light was getting onto the faces of the statues. So what I did is I actually just angled it. Instead of the LEDs pointing straight down, I just angled it like this, put some double-sided tape, glued it up like that, and it stuck. So I don't even need like any angles or anything like that. I just used the super glue directly and it did stick. We'll see how long it lasts for, but right now it seems to be doing the job. I mean, these LED strips are very lightweight, so I don't imagine that it will ever detach or anything like that. But in the case that it ever does, I'll definitely let you guys know. So that's how I'm gonna attach the LED strips on this second Besta that's over here to the right. So let's go ahead and do that. By the way, those power strips right there, they will be hitting once I add my third Mitsuri statue, which is going to go here in the middle. It should hide all the holes and all the power strips and everything there on the bottom. So I'm not too worried about that right now. All right, so before we get started, let me actually show you guys here behind the Bestas. So what I got is I got a smart plug right here, really cheap smart plug from Walmart. I think it's the iHome. They were $10, very cheap. So I'm gonna be using that to power on and off the shelves once everything's set and done. Got a cheap power strip. Again, this was a cheap power strip. It was $5. And then I got a bunch of these $2 extension cords, all from Walmart. So a really cheap setup here as far as all of the wiring goes. The power strip does hold 6 plugs. So I got 3 going for that Besta and then 3 going to this Besta here on the right. So really cheap setup. The Besta units themselves, they are not cheap. Because I went this route with the glass doors, this is actually the cheapest route. There is another glass door that has more of a glossy look to it. They look really nice, but they're like $20 more for each door. So I went with these. These doors are about $25 each. The Besta unit itself is about $80. And then each one of those shelves, these cost about $10 per shelf. I think 5 or 10, I think they're 10. The little ones here, the 6-inch shelves are $5 each. So not cheap. Once it's all said and done, this ends up being about over 200 bucks, maybe about 200 bucks per each Besta unit with all of the doors and everything. So not cheap, but I do like the way that they look once you have it all set up. So yeah, I love these. And they do kind of complement the Ikea Billy bookshelf there that I got in the middle. The only thing that sucks is the thickness. So you guys can see that the Bestas do stick out a little bit further than the Ikea Billies. But when it's all said and done, it actually doesn't look too bad. It actually kind of, since it's symmetrical as well, it doesn't look that bad. You guys will see what it looks like once I'm done. On the other side, I have a set of other 2 Bestas. Although over there, I still need to put the doors on that last Besta unit, but I'll be doing that tomorrow. Tonight, I'm just gonna focus on completing this set right here. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started by putting in the rest of the LED strips right here. All right, so first up, let's go ahead and add the double-sided tape to each one of these LED strips. So all I do, I grab some double-sided tape, just a little bit. I'm gonna cut a little strip off. Then we're gonna attach it. This guy is gonna go like this. Let me see, like this. And then I'm gonna angle it like that. So we're gonna put this guy right here. What I do now, since I'm angling it, I put about half of the tape through the middle of the LED strip, and then I just kind of wrap it around so that the other side is on the top portion, or like on the side portion of the LED strip. Kind of like that, and it kind of wraps around the LED strip. It doesn't sit flat on the back. Then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And now we can just go ahead and attach it to the Besta unit. You guys can see there, the LED strip is being angled towards so that it's pointing towards the middle of the Ikea Besta unit. And then one thing to make sure is, make sure that you have the connection portion of the LED strip pointing towards the side where you want to run your wires. In my case, I like running the wires towards the side where the doors attach to the Besta unit. That way I can run the wires through the back of these hinges here. So yeah, that is pretty important. Make sure you don't stick it and then you stick it on the wrong side, then you have to do this thing all over again. All right, so there we go. We got the LED strip in every single shelf. You just need 1 per shelf, so that's fine. This unit that I use, I'll put a link down below for which one that I'm using, but you can connect up to 4. So there's connections for up to 4 LED strips, but we only really need to use 3 of the 4. This is just what I had available. If you guys can find something that's cheaper that only uses 3, that's really all you need for this Besta unit. Since there's 3 doors, you're only going to be displaying 1 statue per shelf. So at least that's what I'm doing. So yeah, if anybody finds another like set of LED strips that's better than this one and that's cheaper, let me know, because these are pretty expensive. And so moving forward, I'm going to be looking for some new LED strips to use for my displays. Like I said, I just had these already. I bought a bunch of them during Black Friday. But I don't think I'll be buying any more of these, just because they're like 36, 35 bucks per unit. So, all right, let's go ahead and do the wiring now. All right, guys, so there you have it. Here's just an example of something you could use. I have a black cloth. This is what I'm gonna be used for my brewers, but if I get some of this, cut it to size, you could just put it over this section of the shelf and just hide the wires. And then you can put your statue right here and you won't even see that stuff back there. But overall, I think it turned out fine. We got the LED strips in every single one of the shelves, lighting up the whole shelf. Looks good. Let me go ahead and close it up and give you guys a shot of the shelf with all the doors closed. And there you have it. You can't even see any of the wires once you close all the doors, just because of how thick that frame is. Even if I go up here, you don't even notice that thick layer of cloth that I put there. So if you just put a little thin layer, even better, you won't notice it at all. Also, it's not as bright just because I have this super bright light pointing at it. So let me go ahead and turn off the lights and show you guys what these shelves look like side by side with the lights off. And there we go, not bad. And honestly, look at that. Zenitsu is the brightest light, man. Oh my God. Like I said, I didn't even need to put a light in there because of how bright that thing is. But here's what these shelves look like in the dark. I'm gonna do the same to the shelves over there. And in my opinion, this will be an awesome little display here. We got some statues and some manga. I'm gonna try to mix in some manga here with the statues, at least for now, while I still have some empty spots, because I still don't have enough statues to fill in all of these spots right here. So I'm gonna save that for another video though. This turned out to be kind of a long one. So this will just be a how to put LED strips in your Bestas for a statue display. I hope this video was helpful. If it did help out, let me know in the comment section down below if you plan on building a display similar to this one. And if you liked the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next video.